Greetings, humans. I come in peace and with podcasts. Welcome to PodNation Media, home of the KJ&A Podcast, The Undiscovered Entrepreneur, Monster Island Film Vault, Cthulhu Jack Presents, and Films in Fermentation. All streaming exclusively on Roku. Business, monsters, whiskey, cinema, chaos. Your ears deserve better. Join PodNation Media before we probe your algorithm.
Fermentation, movies and inebriation. It's a neon-soaked vibration, a liquid kind of liberation. Pop the lid and start the show. We've got nowhere else to go. Turn the speakers up to 10, then we start it all again. Films and fermentation, movies and
Hey everybody, welcome back to Films and Fermentation. Tonight is a special episode. We're continuing our year of anniversaries. And tonight we're looking at the 25th anniversary of The Fellowship of the Ring, part one of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, directed by Peter Jackson, came out in 2001, a movie the three of us really love, so we decided we were going to cover it this week. And I sent out a poll online to try to decide what should be the title of this episode. So like my placeholder right now is the 25th anniversary of the Fellowship of the Ring. These were the four choices I put out there for voting. One podcast to rule them all, the Fellowship of the Drink, 25 years of walking, and Sean Bean dies again. You can imagine which one Kevin voted on.
I wrote in a vote to Leo. Here, Kevin, this is the one I said. One does not simply prepare for a podcast.
Yeah. So I don't need write-in votes because we have enough now. But so Mike,
there's like 7 at the bottom here. About
I didn't include them all. I just kind of like chopped them down a little bit. So we got the 3 that got the most votes. So Mike, you have to be the tiebreaker for this.
Okay.
The Fellowship of the Drink, One Podcast to Rule Them All, and Sean Bean Dies Again are the top 3 choices.
Okay. Well, I would have to go with The Fellowship of the Drink.
Sorry, Kev.
We are a drinking podcast.
Yes, we are a drinking podcast, and we are talking about Fellowship of the Ring. So welcome tonight to episode 238, Fellowship of the Drink. 25 years of Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. Again, we are Films and Fermentation, a movie and alcohol podcast, number 1 beer podcast on Good Pods, number 1 alcohol podcast on Good Pods, and according to our podcast search engine optimization stat tracker, the number 1 TV and film podcast in Madagascar.
Woohoo!
We like to move it. I like to think it's all the lemurs voting for us out there.
They like to drink it. They like to drink it.
I like what they took into movies. I'm Leo.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Mike.
We're 3 friends who like to talk shit about movies while getting shit fixed, and we like to move it. One podcast to rule them all. One podcast to find them. One podcast to bring them all in, and in the laughter, bind them. This week, Films and Fermentation journeys back to Middle-earth to celebrate the 25th anniversary of The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. The film that convinced an entire generation to suddenly care deeply about second breakfast and New Zealand geography. We're diving into unforgettable performances, groundbreaking effects, behind-the-scenes chaos, and the moment fantasy movies stopped feeling like low-budget wizard conventions. Grab your lembas spread, pour yourself an ale worthy of the Green Dragon, and prepare for heated debates over whether Boromir deserved better. Just remember, if anyone in this episode offers you a suspicious gold ring, say no.
You know, I just thought of a better idea.
What's that?
We should have been. It comes in pints.
Yeah, I should have had a pint tonight. I only have a can. Don't forget to drop us an email at filmsandfermentation@gmail.com or visit linktree.com/filmsandfermentation to find all of our social media and podcast links. Watch us on the Pod Nation Media Network on Roku or on YouTube or Rumble. We are an independent podcast, means we are listener supported, so please consider joining our Patreon for as little as $1 a month to receive members-only content. For just $1 a month, you can help us afford second breakfast.
And 11Zs.
And 11C's, yeah.
Afternoon tea.
Supper, afternoon tea, dinner. You can buy our merchandise at teespring.com or text us at 904-867-4466. What are we drinking tonight, gentlemen? Before we talk about our drinks, I have a drink I put on here. I'm not drinking it tonight, but I needed to talk about it. On Saturday, I was at my buddy Sal's house, and he goes, "Hey, you want to try this out?" And I go, "What is it?" It's a bottle of Seagram's VO, bottled in 1971. So it is a well-fermented bottle of Seagram's VO.
Oh, yes.
He and I both did like lowball glasses of it. Phenomenal. It was one of the tastiest whiskeys I've ever had. Super smooth and really hard because it's been fermenting since 1971.
Oh, wow.
That thing's older than I am.
I was going to say that Seagram's is officially older than Mike, which so you know how old it is. So what are we actually drinking tonight, gentlemen? Kev, since your son chose for you, what are you drinking?
So tonight, I had thought back to Thursday as to what kind of cocktails I could make, and I had a lot of I had all the ingredients for a lot of them, and I thought this will be great. And then it became bath night, and when it becomes bath night, everything goes out the window. So I have beer, but it's all trail seasonal beer. So all trail, the fellowship, they were on a trail. They walked quite a bit. So I have not all trail, new trail beer. This is Mango Broken Heels Hazy IPA, 7% alcohol by volume.
I hate when I break my heels.
What's up?
I hate when I break my heels.
And then following that, or chasing that, I should say, is Painted Sky, which is a white Belgian style wheat ale. And this is not going to tell me it's 5.5% alcohol by volume. So start strong, work my way down.
Mike, if you want to stop breaking your heels, you got to stop wearing stilettos and start, wearing wedges.
Okay. But the stilettos bring out my calves.
Lift the buttocks a little bit.
Look at those yams.
Well, at my age, there's barely any buttocks left.
What are you drinking tonight, Mike?
Well, I'm still continuing on with my blind barrels. So this is Series 17 Sample B, which is Ponfane Westsylvania Cast Strength Rye from Ponfale Distillery, Somerset, Pennsylvania. 5-year-old. It's aged 5 years with 95% of monongahela rye and 5% malted barley. It is 21.6 proof, and it is not smooth.
21.6 or 121.6?
121.6.
120. I was going to say that's really low considering the last one you had was like 300 proof.
So mine is 60.8 ABV.
Not smooth. Well, it's a malt rye. They tend not to be that smooth. Not as smooth as the. I
was just going to say that's supposed to restart your car's engine once it runs out of gas.
Yeah. Not as smooth as the 55-year-old Seagrams that I had the other day. I am drinking tonight, so I was going to try to do some cocktail related to Kev, and then I didn't really have the ingredients to make some of the ones that I found.
I was going to ask you, was it bath night in your household too?
I mean, if you count washing the cats off because they were outside playing. I decided, the hobbits in the movies are always looking for a good ale,
Mhm.
especially ones that come in pints. And I was like, all right, I have a good ale. I have a good ale in my fridge, so I'm just going to do that tonight. So I'm drinking a Mudhead Original Ale from Mudhead Brewing Company in Wildwood, New Jersey, 4.5% alcohol by volume. I have 4 more left of these, so I can get through a few tonight if I need to. It's only Monday that we're recording this. Who cares? All right.
This week in film history with Mike. This week in film history with Mike.
In 1611, the earliest known performance of Shakespeare's comedy The Winter's Tale at Globe Theatre, London, is noted by Simon Foreman.
One of the lesser known Shakespeare plays, not a very popular one, but actually does have a few film versions of it. The one that I had seen came out in 2014 and stars Colin Farrell.
What's it called? A Winter's Ale?
Winter's Ale. Yeah.
Tale.
Winter's Tale.
Oh, Tale. Oh.
Ale.
Ale.
Tale as old as time, Next one, sir.
1938, The Adventures of Robin Hood, directed by Michael
Curtis.
Okay, I'm trying to see. You're really hitting on him hard. Curtis, and William Cayley, and starring Errol Flynn and Olivia de Havilland, premieres.
I like when Mike puts an extra French accent on a name that doesn't need it.
Havilland.
Olivia de Havilland. Errol Flynn. I know of the Errol Flynn Robin Hoods. I don't think I've seen any of them because they are fairly old, but I've seen, clips of them here and there. He was the first major, Robin Hood actor.
Mm-hmm. I like his version of Men in Tights better than, the Mel Brooks version.
His version. Yeah, it was a silent film, so you had to sing it yourself. The words just came up.
Everybody got a sheet of music.
Sheet music, yeah. Next one, Mike.
1957, New York Yankees players included Mickey Mantle, Yogi Berra, Whitley Ford, and Hank Bauer are involved in a brawl at the Copacabana nightclub while watching Sammy Davis Jr. perform. Leads to Billy Martin trade.
I didn't realize it was a bar brawl that led to a big trade.
And the kicker is I don't see Billy Martin's name anywhere in the brawl, people.
Billy Martin was brought to the team in a trade, I believe, for like Yogi and Whitey. They didn't get rid of fucking Mickey Mantle, but no. The other guys I think got traded for him. Next one, sir.
1960, Elvis Presley appears on a Frank Sinatra television special. Elvis sings Sinatra's 1957 Cy Coleman hit Witchcraft, and Frank performs Presley's 1956 classic Love Me Tender.
Did Frank have the hips that went along with it?
He was like, love me tender, love me true. Yeah, baby. Never let me go. I gotta look that up, man. That sounds fucking awesome. I want to hear Elvis's version of Witchcraft. Witchcraft. That's silly Witchcraft. All right, next one, sir.
1969, British comedy troupe Monty Python forms, made up of Graham Chapman, John Cleese, Terry Gilliam, Eric Idle, Terry Jones, and Michael Palin.
That is a dead parrot. That parrot is no more. If you hadn't nailed it to the perch, you'd be pushing up the daisies. This is an ex-parrot.
This is something you can hear us talk more about in one of our earlier episodes where we did a whole show on the history of Monty Python. Next one.
1986 action film Top Gun, starring Tom Cruise and Val Kilmer and directed by Tony Scott, is released across the U.S.
You can't hear it, but I'm doing the teeth thing. You can't hear it because I only have half a mouthful of teeth. What's the Quentin Tarantino says the Top Gun is the most latently homosexual film ever made.
It was the beach volleyball scene.
Yeah, it's he said he all do is watch the beach volleyball scene and
The beach volleyball scene, and like every other scene is in the men's locker room with them and towels.
yeah, what's the thing he says to him at the end? You could be my wingman anytime. Like, I still haven't seen Maverick yet. Have either of you seen Maverick?
I have not. No.
No, I want to check it out.
Check my rear, goose.
Too soon. Next one, sir.
1998, Seinfeld's final two-part episode. The finale airs on NBC TV to a 76.3 million viewers, with commercials priced at $2 million for 30 seconds.
It was one of the most disappointing finales ever
horrible
in television history.
One of the worst finales ever. Oh man, it was so bad.
As
and
bad
I think
as they say elsewhere, where it was just all.
Oh, it was an autistic kid's dream. Yeah, that one was at least interesting. The Seinfeld finale, they all end up in prison. Like it was like so like weird. It was like, I think they did it on purpose too. I think they went out to try to create one of the worst finales ever. It's like, I don't know. It just felt weird. The worst finale ever was How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Sopranos.
Sopranos was pretty bad too. Although in retrospect, I've kind of like grown on me a little bit, but it was still pretty bad.
You can appreciate the obscurity of it.
Yeah, the obscurity and the fact that most people just thought that their cable went out at the end of the episode. You know, that HBO just like lost power. Last one you got there, Mike.
And 2002, Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, directed by George Lucas, starring Ewan McGregor, Hayden Christensen, and Natalie Portman, opens in cinemas.
Sand, so coarse,
rough. It's everywhere.
It's everywhere. What are you going to do the 25th anniversary of this next year?
Looks that way.
No. You know what we're doing for Star Wars Day next year? I've already decided for us. We are not doing the 25th anniversary of this fucking film. We are doing the 50th anniversary of A New Hope. That is next year, the 50th anniversary.
Okay.
I feel like that's the better choice of the two.
It might also be the 15th anniversary of The Force Awakens. I don't know. I don't know when they came out, but
yeah, we'll talk about that soon. the new trilogy. All right, let's move on.
Now be then.
Yeah, let's move on to some beer news.
Kevin's here, he's here for beer. He's got news, it's beer news with Kevin.
So this was one of the articles sent to me by Leo, and I initially thought it was a joke, but upon looking it up, it actually did happen just a little over a year ago in March of 2025. Man chugs beer in stolen ambulance before being arrested by police, authorities say.
In Florida?
In Florida, absolutely. Florida man is facing charges after he allegedly stole an ambulance from the Tampa hospital and led police on a chase over the weekend. The whole incident was caught on dash camera videos. The Florida Highway Patrol says troopers spotted the ambulance shortly after receiving the alert and attempted to traffic stop, but the driver took off. The chase went on for several miles, during which authorities say 43-year-old Michael J. Esquilin drove on the wrong side of the road and nearly crashed into other drivers. The ambulance finally came to a stop in a neighborhood where Esquilin chugged a beer in view of the troopers and resisted arrest, according to authorities. He allegedly told troopers that he had been drinking the entire 2 days prior and stole the ambulance when emergency personnel refused to give him a ride home. Squillen is facing several charges, including grand theft auto of an emergency vehicle, driving with a suspended license, DUI, and resisting arrest. I would love to do a follow-up to this story, but I don't know how to research, old crimes, I guess.
Plus, if you look up Florida Man, who knows what you're going to find?
That's true.
It's such a plethora of stories to go through.
Yeah, you might get on the FBI's watch list if you do that.
Now to some collaboration. You know, I love when companies do collaborations. Pringles and oh no, I lost it. Hold on.
Pringles and Miller Lite, double down.
Double down on divisive collab with beer cheese burger flavor. So, Pringles and Miller Lite are once again joining forces, this time with a duo of potato crisp flavors sure to ignite. They can't even legally call it a potato chip. Sure to ignite debate around the barbecue. On Monday, the brands announced the debut of Pringles X Miller Lite Beer Cheeseburger, a limited edition crisp that's said to combine the sharp and tangy flavors of beer cheese with the refreshing bite of a light beer. Its roll onto shelves throughout June alongside a returning flavor from last year's collaboration, Pringles X Miller Lite Beer Braised Steak, which according to the brand contains notes of savory umami and a mild black pepper balanced by a hop-forward malt character.
Your mommy?
Your mommy. Alas, not every crisp was quite as lucky. Not returning from last year's collaboration are the brand's grilled beer brat or beer can chicken flavors, the latter of which became a minor meme in online snack circles when it was first announced. Fans love the pair, Miller Lite with the summertime staples, so bring it all together into one snack with Pringles. Again, this year is very special. Courtney Benedict, VP of Marketing at the Miller family of beer brands. Yeah.
I'm not that interested in the Miller Lite thing, but I would definitely try a beer cheeseburger flavored Pringle.
Yeah, I would try that. The new beer cheese burger flavor and the returning flavor, fan favorite beer braised steak, take barbecue standouts and amplify them with a crisp, clean taste of perfect complement. Miller Lite. The only thing better, washing them down with a cold serving of original light beer itself.
I'm just getting in my head. I'm just thinking of like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, where they have like the gum you eat that has like every flavor of like course in your dinner in it.
I'm having meatloaf with the side of mashed potatoes.
Like you eat the Pringle and you're like, I taste short ribs, coleslaw, corn on the cob.
Brand collaboration is all the rage these days, and few pairings are quite as popular as that between brewers and snack makers. In April, Pabst Blue Ribbon joined forces with Smithfield for a line of grill-ready beef-infused sausages. A week later, the brand unveiled a limited edition pickle beer brewed in collaboration with Grillo's Pickles. We'd be remiss if we didn't also mention Cheez-Its' recent collaboration with Coors Light, a beer cheese flavored snack cracker. I think a tasting is in order, gentlemen.
We have to do a whole episode just on this shit.
Gentlemen, let me interrupt for a second since we're talking about beer infused stuff. I went to Lancaster with my wife Saturday and we picked up a couple beer infused cheeses, one being Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
That's different. That's just cheese. We're talking about Cheez-Its. Cheez-Its and beer cheese burger Pringles and Daddy, would you like some sausages? Like,
well, it's all beer infused, though.
Yeah.
Let's see. The check that checks the whole lot of the same boxes as Pringles' latest release. Scan any liquor bottles to see all experts' review in one place with the free daily pour app. Download today. So, I honestly, guys, remember when we had the was it hers in the Philadelphia area where they had the pierogi flavored?
Yeah, they do that every year. They have like two come out, and you need to.
Yeah, I would venture a guess as to say this is something we could probably do a small mini cast or show about. You know,
I would definitely try some chips out. I don't know if I would try the beer. I mean, it'd be like, oh, this chip tastes like barbecue ribs. This beer tastes like horse piss. Like, I don't want to.
Keeping with the food and beer theme, man throws beer keg through front window of beloved Georgetown cupcake shop, known for its reality series. It's a crummy thing to do, pun intended.
But
The owner of a popular cupcake shop in Washington's upscale Georgetown neighborhood are asking for the public's help in identifying a man seen on surveillance cameras smashing their front window with a beer keg. It happened around 11 p.m. Sunday at Georgetown Cupcakes, located at the intersection of 33rd and M Street, just a few blocks away from the Potomac River. The owner, Sophia Lamontagni, and Catherine Berman are sisters and the stars of Discovery's DC Cupcakes, which aired from 2010 to 2013 and highlighted how they quit their respective jobs in finance and fashion to open their business. For years, they streamed footage from the shop around the clock. Now they're hoping someone recognizes the vandal from surveillance videos so he can have his just desserts. Bump. Employees were on site and could have been seriously hurt, the shop owners wrote on X in a post that included surveillance videos from inside and outside. It's a man in a green t-shirt and tan pants walking up the sidewalk with a keg. He stops in front of the store, struggles to lift it over his head, and then hurls it through the window. Well, he should have emptied it first, in my opinion. You know, I mean, that's a double whammy right there.
That's alcohol abuse.
That's right.
And cupcake abuse.
Anyone with information on the suspect is asked to contact the Metro Police Department. Let's see.
Dessert division.
Yeah, that's it. Dessert division.
All right. This just in. Paranormal, the New Normal podcast, just sent us a write-in vote on X for the episode title. Even the damn trees walk in those movies. Even though I have an obituary to read tonight, I'm doing my song anyway because I feel like this actor wouldn't mind.
Movie updates with Leo. Movie updates with Leo. Movie updates with Leo. Movie updates Leo.
Lovable actor Donald Gibb, best known for playing Ogre in the Revenge of the Nerds franchise. He was also, if you want to know some other roles, he was Jackson in Bloodsport with Van Damme. And I actually just recently saw him in a cameo appearance on Cheers. He was a character actor, did a million different things. He's one of those guys, if you saw his face, you know him, but most people like me, of course, knows him for Revenge of the Nerds. Passed away this week from natural causes. He was 71 years old. We have some news about a leaked script for the Star Wars trilogy, the new trilogy, 7, 8, and 9, that was originally supposed to be directed by Colin Trevorrow before Disney decided to replace him when J.J. Abrams signed on. And I'm going to go very, very, very short synopsis here because there's a lot of info. There's a million videos on TikTok and Reels and everything right now explaining what the script was about. There's this one guy, I wish I knew the name of the account, who actually has like storyboards that he refers to as he's telling you the script. But just to get into the ultra short version of this, to quote the Bishop from Spaceballs, the short version, Kylo Ren goes full space goblin dictator with zero redemption arc. He never turns back to the light side.
Okay.
Rey remains just Rey instead of Palpatine's granddaughter because Palpatine stays dead and never appears in this trilogy. In fact, I think her name is Rey Solana or something like that. And you find out that Kylo Ren was the person who killed her parents. So that was like all like wrapped up into that storyline. Finn goes on to lead a stormtrooper uprising that faces off against the First Order. So he finds other stormtroopers like him. And in the stills that I saw, the stormtroopers all have the 3 blood marks on their masks like he had from the first film. So that's like how you identify that they're part of his resistance. The final battle happens on Coruscant and not on the Sith planet Exegol like it does in Rise of Skywalker. Palpatine stays dead, like I said. Luke's Force Ghost which I think he dies towards the end of the second film, and
Yes.
then his Force ghost haunts Kylo Ren throughout the third film, sort of like a like Jiminy Cricket to Kylo Ren's evil Pinocchio. And the other one I read was that General Hux, the who's the actor?
Donald
Gleason, Donald Gleason's character. He becomes the Supreme Chancellor at some point, and then when he realizes that they're about to lose to the Resistance at the end, he kills himself. He actually commits seppuku with a lightsaber. Like he stabs himself in the stomach. So those are just like a few little tidbits that I picked up from it, but it sounded pretty good. There's a little bit more like story for like Chewbacca than he gets in like the later films. Leia also, I think, passes away in the second film in this trilogy. It's pretty decent. Like if you can find it somewhere, like check it out because there's a lot of like really cool stuff in it. And it was going to be called, the first film was going to be called Star Wars: Duel of the Fates.
Oh,
Yeah.
that would have been a nice callback.
Yeah. And that was episode 9 episode 9 for Colin Trevorrow's was Duel of the Fates because it was going to come down to Rey and Kylo.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I agree with you, Kev. I was a little I read that, I saw that, and I was like, yeah, I think would have liked to have seen that.
Yeah, I was looking at that, and I had seen a video clip of Sam Witwer, who does the voice of Darth Maul. He's done the voice of Palpatine. He does quite a bit of work with Star Wars, and he laid out a really interesting way of when your kids are ready to watch Star Wars, the continuity, the chronological, don't follow the movies per se. He says first start off with a handful of Clone War movies to kind of get them familiar with Anakin and Kenobi and everything, and then he's like, and then at that point, go and show them what did he say, 4 and 5, and then when they're kind of like interested because they know that Vader was the one that killed Anakin, and if you only show a handful from the Clone Wars, you really don't know that Anakin becomes Vader. And if you get him there and you hear, the famous line, "No, I am your father," then you go back and watch the prequels, watch it, and they're like watching. Yeah, it's like, was that really what happened? And then just go from there, and then and then just completely ignore the sequels. So it made a lot of sense to me. If you're really
like
get involved in the movie and really want to shock them with that Vader,
that's doing a lot of homework for that.
Yeah, well,
Like,
I mean,
he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, I think he's as invested in Star Wars as Dave Filoni is. So,
I mean, it's like that's like the college thesis version of how to watch Star Wars. Like it's.
I would read that thesis.
The question is, where would he put the fight between Vader and Ahsoka? When Ahsoka finds out Vader is Anakin.
No, because that muddles it a little bit too. Because then I guess you watch Kenobi after all that too. Because then you can see the Kenobi confront Anakin and all that. Yeah, there's a lot to go.
I think
here. I feel like I would just have him watch the movies that we watched and then see if he's still interested in it, start introducing him to the other stuff. Like, make sure he's interested in it first. It's a lot of investment. Although I have a feeling he will.
You could always just start him really young and just start him with Rebels because that's before the original trilogy.
I mean, he's got a dad and 2 earsats uncles who are all Star Wars fanatics. So I don't think it'll be a problem.
You mean there's Star Wars in my basement somewhere?
I have one other thing. Oh, Kev, I watched the first episode of Daredevil Born Again Season 2. Just the first episode so far. Started out a little slow, but man, that last scene where he's fighting all the task force guys, like that was a intense scene, and then that was a cool little twist at the end there to find out who saved him at the end. So I'm gonna get back to that soon. But I also watched over the weekend Punisher: One Last Kill, the Punisher special. It's available on Disney Plus and Hulu right now. Starring John Bernthal again as the Punisher, a man who is born to play that role more than anybody else who's ever played the Punisher. Somebody who cares so much about the character that he wrote the script for this special. He's one of the executive producers on it. It's only a 50-minute special. I thought it was like a movie, but it's just a 50-minute like short, and it's really, really good. And it's kind of like the Punisher becoming the Punisher again. You know, like he's kind of like out of it and all that after the last, season of his show, and now kind of becoming the Punisher he was in the comics again. It's basically like leading into his appearance in the new Spider-Man movie, because he has that whole he has the actual Punisher look in that with the skull garb and all that.
I think I have a appreciation for actors who are passionate about the characters that they play. You know, they like know the character backwards and forwards, especially when it comes to comic book characters, and they're invested. You know, it's not just the studio's invested; they're invested in the success of it as well. Like Ryan Reynolds with Deadpool, you know,
and it's obvious like he's invested in this, and every time he does that like angry roar when he's fighting with somebody, it's fucking bone chilling. It's so good. Yeah, I highly recommend checking it out if you get a chance. And Mike has a must-try brew for us tonight. I was looking up where to find this, Mike, because it sounds pretty good. It's in Scotland.
Oh, is it in Scotland?
That's Scotland. Where my dad is right now.
Call him up. See if we can find this for us.
It says it's a limited edition and it was released in 2022. So I don't know if it's still out around, but I saw this one. It's good for tonight. So
yeah.
So this is Brewdog's Fellowship IPA. Was a limited edition hazy IPA inspired by the Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring, released in 2022 as an easy drinking approach to craft beer. At 5% ABV, it delivered a smooth, juicy profile packed with tropical flavors like pineapple, mango, melon, and orange citrus, all wrapped in a soft, cloudy body typical of New England style IPA. Rather than going heavy on bitterness, Fellowship IPA focus on balance and drinkability. The oats and wheats give it a creamy mouth feel, while the hops stayed gentle and refreshing. Many beer fans compare it to Brewdog's Hazy Jane line because it is similar tropical fruit characters and smooth finish. Reception was generally positive, especially among the casual IPA drinkers and Lord of the Rings fans. Some praise its bright citrus flavor and sessional ability nature, while others felt the beer stood out more for its Middle Earth branding than for pushing breweries' boundaries. Overall, Fellowship IPA succeeds as a fun crossover release, refreshing, tropical, crowd-friendly, hazy IPA made for both fantasy fans and craft beer drinkers looking for something easy to enjoy.
All right. Man, I made it. I finished my beer like 2 segments ago, and I'm like waiting for us to come to break time so I can grab another one. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with our main segment. We are back from our quick little break. I went and got myself another Mudhen Original Ale. I'm trying not to blow through this one as quickly as I did the other one. So for those of you who know nothing about the Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring,
where the hell have you been?
Yeah, this is a weird podcast for you to weave your way into.
It's a movie about jewelry, is what it is.
Movie about jewelry.
It's the prequel to Uncut Gems.
Yeah.
This is somebody lost a wedding ring and somebody found it and they kind of get it back to
him. Yeah. Mike can show you the pictures from his wedding. It's of me and him holding the ring. Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring came out in 2001. It is part 1 of the Lord of the Rings trilogy based on the books by J.R.R. Tolkien.
You mean there's more?
Does mean there's more? There's 2 more of these. A meek hobbit from the Shire and 8 companions set out on a journey to destroy the powerful One Ring and save Middle Earth from the Dark Lord Sauron. That's the IMDb synopsis, which actually isn't that bad for once. Stars Elijah Wood as Frodo Baggins, Ian McKellen as Gandalf, Orlando Bloom as Legolas, Sean Astin as Samwise Gamgee, Viggo Mortensen as Aragorn, Sean Bean as Boromir, Billy Boyd as Pippin, Andy Serkis as the voice of Gollum, Kate Blanchett as Galadriel, Christopher Lee as Saruman, Ian Holm as Bilbo. I mean, a lot of actors in this film.
Yeah.
It's not even a full list. It doesn't go that far. I have to like open up more. Anyway, here's a brief-ish summary for what's a very long. Oh, I watched the extended edition when I did the rewatch. I don't know if I watched the extended. I've seen the extended edition of Towers and Return. I don't know if I ever watched the extended edition of Fellowship, or if I did, it's been a really long time since I did it. And there were some weird little extras in there. I remember.
I liked, because I also watched the extended edition. And I finally realized how Bilbo and Frodo came to be, together. I didn't know that Bilbo took Frodo in after his parents passed away.
You never read
I didn't.
You never read
the book?
There are books?
Yeah, there are.
I didn't know that
A
these
lot
were
of
based
them.
off of a book.
Book includes Tom Bombadil.
Yes, it does. The book starts off talking about how the rabbit hole for the Hobbit hole, for about.
Oh my God, the book's going into so much fucking detail about everything. Oh my God.
More detail or less detail than George R. Martin?
More.
It's
More.
really.
It's a
I
whole
mean, he has
on a Hobbit hole. I'm telling you.
it's a whole chapter about how they build their houses. There's chapters on explaining the language. He created the languages. They are real languages. That J.R.R. Tolkien. He was a linguist. He was a linguist in college, and he
a historian too.
Yeah, he developed these languages based on real human language. It's crazy. Anyway, Lord of the Rings: Fellowship of the Ring is the story of a quiet little hobbit named Frodo Baggins, inheriting the single worst piece of jewelry in cinematic history. After discovering his uncle's ring is actually an ancient weapon of evil forged by a giant flaming eyeball with boundary issues, Frodo is told the only solution is to walk directly into danger with no GPS, no eagles, and a suspiciously vague plan. Along the way, he assembles the Fellowship, a wizard who disappears at inconvenient times, a ranger who looks like he hasn't slept indoors since the Nixon administration, an elf who surfs on physics, a dwarf powered entirely by anger, and two hobbits sharing one collective brain cell.
Hey, you forgot about Boromir.
and one aggressively...
And they were told to fly. They just didn't understand what Gandalf was telling them.
Exactly, right? He was telling them, call the eagles. Jesus.
Fly, you
Fly,
you
fools.
wheeling in the years.
The group spends most of the movie hiking aggressively across New Zealand while narrowly escaping ring wraiths, cave trolls, betrayal, emotional speeches, and the realization that maybe bringing the ring closer to evil was not a flawless strategy. Meanwhile, Boromir fights a losing battle against both temptation and Sean Bean's contractual relationship with death scenes. Gandalf becomes a demon in a mine, or battles a demon in a mine after delivering the most iconic "You shall not pass" in film history, proving once and for all that senior citizens with staff should never be underestimated. By the end, the Fellowship is emotionally shattered, physically exhausted, and somehow still only about 1/3 of the way through the journey. You mean there's 2 more of these things? Frodo and Sam head toward Mordor alone because apparently friendship means following your best friend into certain doom, carrying cookware, and crippling anxiety. It's epic, heartfelt, endlessly quotable, and somehow made millions of people sincerely invested in the walking stamina of extremely short men with hairy feet. No, I'm not a short man, but I do have hairy feet. I got a really good one from when we get to the later part of the discussion here.
Okay.
About my ability to walk. So the first part of this I called the Fellowship HR department. How catastrophically unqualified is this team?
Okay.
Frodo, emotionally overwhelmed jewelry courier. Sam, a gardener carrying the entire mission on his back, literally and figuratively.
Yes.
But,
And the elven bread.
Merry and Pippin.
He also makes sure there's rope. You need rope.
Yeah, you need rope. Merry and Pippin, active workplace hazards. I got to get in a little bit more about
relief.
I want to get a little bit more too about Pippin's relationship with Gandalf too.
Fool of a took.
Fool of a took. Aragorn, the homeless king. Gimli and Legolas, co-workers forced into team building exercises. Boromir, one bad day away from mutiny, and Gandalf, who disappears constantly. Who would you actually trust on your road trip out of these guys?
You say Gandalf disappears constantly, and I think of the scenes where Batman just disappears when people.
Yeah, when they turn around to
It's like,
thank him and he's
oh,
gone.
Well, you know what's really
so that's what that's like.
and you know, I'm gonna jump back to something. You know, it's in the series, but you thought it was bad he disappeared in this trilogy. You should see how bad he disappeared in the Hobbit for no fucking reason. He died in this one to disappear.
He does come back too, you know.
He does come back.
Now
And he just you know, in other movies brings back an army to help him. So you know,
He joins the Fellowship. So what I missed?
yeah. No, I mean, like, there is, like, so to get into the plot a little bit, he gets held up by Saruman because he finds that the Saruman has betrayed him and all that, and has him held captive and all that. And then when he actually meets up with Frodo at Rivendell, he says, you know, where were you, Gandalf? We waited for you. You weren't there. And he doesn't explain anything. He just says, I got, like, tied up. Like, I was like, this is no time. This is no time for a David Caruso level pun.
well, you got to remember what he said back at the beginning of the movie. A wizard is not late. He shows up
exactly when he means to. Yeah. We'll get into that when we do, like, quotes. That's a good quote. I love Gimli and Legolas. I like their relationship together. Because they go from being, like, kind of like enemies to, like, best friends. For those of you who don't know, that is the Odd Couple theme song. What was the other thing I was going to say? Legolas says one thing to Frodo in the entire trilogy.
You have my bow.
Only time he speaks to Frodo in the entire trilogy. They never speak again.
Yeah.
And then eventually,
like,
split up into different lines. Yeah. I saw a video somebody posted recently. It was this guy was reenacting the final scene of Return of the King when he's laying in bed and he wakes up and all the people start coming into the room. And the guy's reenacting it and he's like, Sam, Aragorn. And then Legolas walks in the room and he goes, who the fuck are you? I like this. There's one scene in the extended version that I liked was Gimli's fascination with Galadriel.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of that in the book. That's a big part of the plot.
It is.
And you know, what did you ask her? And I asked her for one strand of her golden hair, and she gave me 3.
Yep.
Which I thought was like a really cool little scene to keep in there. If you had to make up a fellowship, who pick 2 of these guys that you would definitely want on your team?
I think I would go with Aragorn and Sam. Because Sam is like the Boy Scout. He's prepared for any fucking thing.
I would go with Sam just because I feel like Sam is the most loyal companion you can have, like, through everything. He's always positive. You know, he's there to keep you going even when things look like shit. And I think I would go with Aragorn too, just because he's the best fighter. You know, he's true, and you know he doesn't.
Is Aragorn better than Legolas?
I'm thinking more in terms of like Legolas is weird, man. Like, he's a great fighter.
Oh, he's an elf.
Yeah, but it's like, is he? What's his whole deal? Like, other than just being like an elf. He never talks to Frodo. I don't know what the hell he wants.
Well,
what's there to talk about? They have nothing in common.
He tells him
nothing in common.
Whenever you need me, you have my bow. And then they get separated, and he doesn't see him again until like the 3rd movie.
You don't see him again. He walks into the bedroom. And he's like, "Who the fuck are you?"
Extended cut. There's a scene where Legolas shows Frodo his Matchbox collection. Frodo doesn't give a shit.
I wasn't sure where you're going with that. You're just a scene where Legolas shows Frodo.
Whoa!
His elven wand.
Whoa!
And that would explain the lack of talking.
And you have
no
my
eye
rod.
contact. You have my rod and you have my bow.
You have my bow and you have my rod. Check it out. What do you think? It has its own leg.
Okay, now.
All right, moving on. This is me saying this here. I think Sam is the real main character.
Sam has the happy ending everybody wants. He gets the girl, he gets home, he's there at the end, you know. Frodo has to go off with his uncle into, the journey of the Undying or whatever it is. And
what they don't show you in the movie, he is the last ring bearer that goes across the ocean.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we're referring to the book, but yes, he joins after his wife passes, he joins Frodo in the Undying Lands.
Mm-hmm.
I think you could argue in the first movie he's not so much. By the third movie, he's definitely the main character.
Oh yeah,
but I think he's the heart of the film. Really, like Frodo is the reluctant hero. If you follow the hero's journey, Frodo's the reluctant hero, Gandalf is the wise man. You have all the friends that you gather along the way, but Sam is the most important one.
Yes,
because he is the heart and soul, and he is the one that keeps everybody going, and he's the one that's always got a positive outlook and risks himself at the end to go with Frodo to the mountain.
Plus, he makes crispy bacon.
Nice stew with potatoes.
Potatoes.
We don't get a lot of Gollum in this film, in the first film, though.
No, we do not. He is mentioned. He is seen in the shadows, and that's about it.
I wonder if they had the final. I mean, and I know that they had the entire movie done all at once, or the entire series, I should say. But did they have the visual for Gollum ready by the time when they were filming the Fellowship?
If you're going through the book, Gollum really isn't shown that much in the first book anyway.
Okay.
He gets mentioned. They know he is following the ring, but they don't really see him.
But I know it's one of the early versions of mocap, so it's Andy Serkis on set doing the physical acting as well as the voice acting, but wearing the motion capture suit. So anytime you do see Gollum in the film, there was something there for them to work with. It wasn't like they were acting against a tennis ball like they do in some films.
That's why he should have got the Academy Award.
Oh, sure. They should have at least had a special award for motion capture performance or something. But getting back to Sam is the emotional support hobbit. He is the chef. He's a human antidepressant and the backpacking champion of Middle Earth. So let's talk some quotes here, because this will be fun. So you guys go ahead. Just throw out a quote.
You gotta go with the meme first.
Go ahead.
One does not simply
walk into Mordor. Yeah. The meme to end all memes. And then there's the one you mentioned earlier, Mike. A wizard is never late, Frodo Baggins, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
What is that? It's a pint. It comes in pints? You've had a whole half already.
There's, of course, the you shall not pass. I had a poster in my classroom for the longest time. It was Gandalf, and it said, if you do not study for your test, you shall not pass.
Fly, you fools.
Fly, you fools. Here's the heart and soul thing I was talking about. I made a promise, Mr. Frodo, a promise. Don't you leave him, Samwise Gamgee, and I don't mean to. You have my sword and my bow and my axe.
Do you think he knows about second breakfast? At 11's, luncheon, afternoon tea, dinner, supper.
I'll tell you one that I think is an underrated line. It's Bilbo at his birthday party at the beginning when he's talking to the crowd, and he goes, I don't know half of you half as well as I should like, and I like less than half of you as well as you deserve. I had to read that one. I can't do that one off of memory. It's a tough one to remember.
They took the little ones.
Yeah. So that's the one that gets me. I think that's my favorite line in the film, is when he's dying and he's talking to Aragorn, and he's like, I would have fought for you, my brother, my captain, my king. And I'm like, God damn, man. And that's not in the book.
No.
That line is not in the book, which is kind of disappointing.
And then he stood on top of a desk and he said, "Oh, Captain, my Captain.
Yeah.
Go back, Sam. I'm going to Mordor alone.
Oh,
Of course
here's
you
it.
are, and I'm coming with you."
Katie was watching it with me when I was rewatching it the other night, and I said to her, "I was like, is it just me or is Gandalf a real dick that Peregrine took?" And this is the line I'm thinking of when Pippin accidentally drops the skeleton down the well when they're in the Mines of Moria.
Well, next time.
Oh, throw yourself in there next time and rid us of your stupidity.
Going
But
back,
at
going
Yeah.
back to what Kevin was saying about following Frodo, I'm sure everybody knows that he cut his foot on glass on that scene.
Sean Astin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was like some hidden glass in the lake or something. He stepped on it.
Not the only foot injury in this film because what's his name?
Viggo Mortensen.
Viggo Mortensen broke his foot kicking a helmet.
Mm-hmm.
The scream he does in the film is the actual scream when he broke his foot. I'm trying to think of like what are some other good quotes, man? There's just so many things. It's such a long movie with so many quotes. It's hard to like just settle on a few. I think we've done mostly the most iconic ones.
My dear Frodo, hobbits really are amazing creatures. You can learn all there is to know about them, their ways in a month, and yet after 100 years, they can still surprise you.
Oh, it's when he gets stabbed by the troll and reveals the Mistral and Gimli's like, I believe there's more to this hobbit than meets the eye.
I like Elrond's one thing about Pippin and Merry. Well, of course not. Apparently not. When he is summoned to a secret meeting and you're still here, or something to that effect.
Yeah, and they're like, you need somebody like us on a journey, mission, thing. Where are we going?
That leaves you out.
So where are we going? Nobody tosses a dwarf.
Trust me. Don't tell the elf.
No, that's the third one. But no, this one he's like nobody tosses a dwarf, and then he jumps and misses the jump, and he grabs him, and he's like, "That's weird."
He grabs him by the beard.
And you got lembas bread.
I still think it's funny how they filmed it because he's like 6 foot tall.
Oh yeah. He's a fairly large. I mean, he's a regular sized guy. You can see how tall he is in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
He's looking for Indy. He's sliding somewhere in sliders.
So, any other quotes or anything you want to like mention? Anything particular about the film you'd like to talk about? What's your favorite scene
in the first one?
I think
my favorite scene is when they're hiding out with Aragorn and the wraiths came in and just start stabbing the pillows.
Oh yeah, the switcheroo where you think it's you realize it's just pillows. Yeah, that's a cool scene.
That's a really cool scene how they did it. The barkeep is is hiding behind the bar, scared.
I like a lot of things about the wraiths because they're always like the coordination is something that's so creepy about them. So like when they're on the top of that structure, and the wraiths find them there, and they all line up in like a half circle and all put the swords out at the same time. Like it's a really cool detail.
The river of horses was pretty cool to see.
I mean, as far as iconic scenes go, I think the Balrog bridge scene is iconic. You shall not pass scene.
I think the most iconic for the race is at the beginning where it's just Sam and Frodo hiding underneath, and the wraith is there above them, and all you see is all the bugs and stuff that's crawling away and over them. They get away from it, like
all this like dark, creepy shit is like just happening while they're there.
Yeah,
that's a cool scene. I think it's another one. So I was thinking of like the special effects in it. It was pretty groundbreaking at the time. A lot of the CGI. There are a couple things that I noticed a little bit in this rewatch that I hadn't really noticed before because it's been a while. But like when the steps are breaking in Moria and they're going back and forth and they have to like lean to go forward, you can see a little bit of the blue screen effect in that.
Yeah.
And then the cave troll has a couple little janky moments too,
They have a cave troll.
where he looks like the troll from Harry Potter. It's like a little bit of a little jankiness. But other than that, man, I think it still holds up. It's still gorgeous to look at.
Oh yeah.
A scene that I think gets overlooked is when the four hobbits are in Rivendell walking together, and you get the long shot of the entire kingdom, and it's just fucking gorgeous. Like, it's so beautiful.
I think what's missed in the movies, it's there in the movies, but if you haven't read the books, you really don't understand it.
Fine. I'll read the books. I'm going to the library tomorrow. Okay, I'll pick up the fucking books.
I have them if you want to borrow.
I do too. Would you like to borrow mine?
Every time you see Rivendell, it's a different season, and it's actually showing that it's the end of the elves' time. Starts off with fall, winter, and that's how
getting ready to leave. Yeah. The
think
visuals are just so gorgeous.
Yeah.
I was going to make a joke and I forgot what it was now. I can't remember what I was going to say now. But yeah.
What's too many of those years, huh?
Oh yeah, non-horror movie jump scare. When Bilbo sees the ring around Frodo's neck and he turns into like a little scary.
Oh yeah.
I was like, it gets
he becomes Large Marge.
It kind of looks like a little bit. It's like, and his eyes pop out.
Uh-huh.
Large Bilbo will get you.
Large Bilbo sent you.
Would you survive as a member of the Fellowship? And then these are the questions. Who dies first? Who gets corrupted by the ring? And who abandons the quest for second breakfast? Right off the bat, I'm going to tell you, I'm dying first. Because I am going to have a heart attack halfway through the cornfield as we're trying to walk out of Hobbiton.
Yeah, you haven't even left the Shire yet, Lee.
I haven't even left the Shire yet. I'm going to have a heart attack from that half-mile walk to the cornfield.
I may be the one to abandon the quest for second breakfast. Yeah. Wait. This one's got sausage.
I'm getting corrupted by the ring, huh?
I'm getting corrupted by the ring. I didn't do this. I wanted to try to do this on the fly because I thought it'd be a little funnier. A Muppet recast.
Okay.
No, Mike. I already know who you want for Saruman.
Saruman.
You said Deadly.
Deadly.
I think fits. I said Sam the Eagle too.
I'm trying to think who else I could cast.
Who are the hobbits? Is that going to be like?
I'm thinking Samwise would be Robin.
Okay. And then what? Frodo is Kermit.
Yeah, I think so.
Now, do you make Fozzie and Gonzo the other two hobbits?
Of course.
Or does Aragorn have to be Kermit so then Arwen can be Piggy?
Ooh. Who would you have as Frodo? You buddy?
Frodo is Scooter. Who is Kermit's nephew again? Why can't I think? Robin is Sam.
Definitely Sam.
Fozzie is Gonzo or Merry and Pippin. Sam the Eagle is actually one of the Eagles. He's got a very small role.
That's great. That's funny.
Deadly is Sauron.
Mm-hmm.
Gimli and Legolas is Statler and Waldorf.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or Saruman is two people and it's Statler and Waldorf. But no, I like them as Gimli and Legolas. Two old guys complaining the whole time.
Pepe is Boromir.
Just let me see the ring,
okay? I just want to see the ring, okay?
I want to see the ring. I wasn't going to keep it. I would have fought with you, my brother might get them the king.
I think Ian McKellen remains the one.
I was going to say he's the human character. He's having hand up. And I was thinking, what was I going to say? I don't know. You know what I was?
Sweetums is the orc with.
He's the Urukai.
You know who Sam Eagle should be?
Who?
Elrond.
Okay, yeah. He's so stoic and like, yeah.
We're very silly people.
Not a beard. I think it works. I think it's good. We have a cinema quote of the week.
Yes, we do. I still think The Lord of the Rings is the greatest literary achievement in my lifetime. Like so many other people, I couldn't wait for the second, and then the third book. Nothing like it had ever been written. When I first read Lord of the Rings, I wanted to see a film of it. But at the time, the technology wasn't there. There was no such thing as CGI. This came from Christopher Lee. Christopher Lee, who was friends, or at least knew, Tolkien, and had read the book every year until his last year in 2015, since it was published. So
Christopher Lee has been around for so long. There's so many fun stories about him. He knew Tolkien. His cousin was Ian Fleming, who wrote the James Bond novels.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the British OSS. He knew what sound a person made when he stabbed him in the back.
He was Dracula,
which he told Peter Jackson in the third film when they were filming it. He was Dracula in the Hammer films.
he was a Sith Lord.
Dooku in Star Wars. It's amazing, like how many things he was involved in.
He was the man with the golden gun.
Yeah, he was supposed to be Dr. No. When Ian Fleming's sold the rights to the book, he said he was going to have the producers put him in as Dr. No because they're cousins. And then something happened in like the timing or whatever, and it didn't work out, and he didn't get the role. They casted another actor, but then he got to be in James Bond anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, amazing career, Christopher Lee. How were our drinks this evening?
They were good. I'm kind of getting good with New Trail.
Yeah.
They're not they're not a brewery I look for. They're not one that I know by name. They're not, but these are okay.
I would say with mine, if you like rye and strong, this is for you.
Not a big rye guy.
No.
Yeah. I drank Mud Hen Brewing Company's Mudhead Original Ale, which I've had before on the show. I got this from a brewery in Wildwood when I was there recently. It's very, very good ale, very light. I blew through the first one so fast I was like really pacing myself on the second one, but I'm gonna chug that down when we're done recording. So thank you for joining us tonight for episode 238, The Fellowship of the Drink. That's the official name. Our look at the 25th anniversary of the Fellowship of the Ring, the first in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. We hope you enjoyed listening to the podcast as much as we enjoyed recording it for you. Don't forget to drop us an email at filmsoffermentation@gmail.com. Go to linktree.com/filmsoffermentation to find all of our social media podcast links. Follow us on Patreon, buy our merchandise on Teespring, or text us at 904-867-4466. Or if you'd like to watch us, you can do it on YouTube, Roku, or the PodNation Media Network on Roku. YouTube.
They like to watch.
Yeah, if you like to watch.
They like to watch it.
Don't forget to stop by the Crossroads Tree Pickled and Fermented next time around, episode 239. On our next episode, we're going to be looking at movies we wish we could watch again for the first time. So if we could have like amnesia about these certain movies so we can watch them and be surprised by them again, what are those movies going to be? Each of us is going to have our own little list that we'll discuss. So that should be a fun episode. In the meantime, I'm Leo.
Kevin.
I'm Mike.
This has been the Films and Fermentation podcast. Cheers, folks.
Cheers.
Cheers.